Oh yeah, man. We are live from Scratch Sandwich Company, 1713 Del Mar Boulevard, right here in Laredo, Texas. And just happy to be here, man. We are talking craft beer. We're talking food with my man Keenan and, of course, Efren. Thank you so much for having us today, man.
Thank you for coming, man. Appreciate it.
Yeah. So, what are we talking today,
We're talking
man?
beer. We're talking beer today. We've been talking beer for a while now, but we're talking beer today primarily.
Okay.
We kind of pride ourselves on bringing some really cool stuff in, and we're always looking for that, new beer to tap and try. And I think we've constantly kind of built a really good list for everybody, and we've been just trying to get everybody to try as much as possible. So
Absolutely.
That was the goal for us.
That's awesome, brother. And the tap is expanded.
Absolutely, yeah.
I mean,
so as the restaurant grew, the tap grew. So we started, and I don't know if you remember, I'm sure you do. We had a nice little trash can set up with ice in it and 3 pump taps, and that's how we ran our craft beer nights. And now we finally expanded to.
well, let's take it back a little bit, dude, because we started beer sharing.
Absolutely.
That's where it all started. It started with beer sharing, ladies and gentlemen. We're sharing beer, a group of people that would share beer and talk about it. And now fast forward, how many years has it been, bro?
So we finally have had our license for 4 years. I can't believe I was looking back. It's been 4 years now.
4 years
selling craft beer
in the making,
getting that going, and we're just trying to grow and grow and grow and grow the community. So
in terms of craft beer, brother, how can you? What would you say has been kind of the biggest benefit to bringing in the taps in regard to craft beer?
Primarily the variety. I mean, being able to finally bring in several different options to keep really fresh stuff on tap, cold, ready to go all the time is kind of the best benefit that we've seen.
Absolutely.
It was a little struggle when we didn't have the space and the opportunity, but now, with the amount of taps that we have, we constantly have enough beer to go around, and people can constantly try things. So there's never a beer that's on tap twice. It's always cycling, it's always changing. So you can't get tired of anything because we always got something new on the tap.
Yeah, the tap, and that's keeping it fresh, keeping it different. If you want to try a crazy, let's get a shot of this beer list, dude.
Because so this was updated today because we just tapped our new tap. It was the Oasis Beer Bear.
Fantastic beer.
So it's a Japanese style lager, similar to like a Sapporo or Kirin rice beers.
Right.
So really nice, really fresh, perfect for the hot spring months that we have in Laredo, where we don't really have a spring. So it works really well.
Awesome, man. So somebody comes in, anything that we're gonna try today,
it's ready to go. Yeah,
it's ready to go.
100%
fresh.
Yeah, fresh.
And that's if you're new to the craft beer. If you're new to the craft beer segment, ladies and gentlemen, fresh, right out the keg is the best way to have it.
Absolutely.
So these kegs are freshly tapped.
Yes.
I'm excited.
Yeah.
I'm ready to try some beer, dude.
Yeah.
It's freaking hot outside.
It's extremely hot.
It's freaking
the
hot
weather's
outside.
perfect for a nice, really cold beer. So
Yeah. So what are we gonna do first today?
Well, let's start light. Get into the season. We just tapped this beer. It's brand new. Literally, if you try to research it on Oasis website, it doesn't even come out because they haven't even been able to update it. It's that new. So I think going right into the rice beer would be probably perfect.
Okay.
So
What's the name of the beer that we're trying?
Beetle Bear.
Beetle Bear.
Beetle Bear. B-I-R-U Bear. And
Beetle
it's from Oasis
Bear.
out of Austin.
Oasis out of Austin. So ATX, Austin, Texas. Shouts out to you, and
absolutely.
thank you so much for. Man, you've been kind of quiet.
Yeah.
You haven't had enough beer.
Yeah.
What are you excited about trying today?
Honestly, one of my favorites that we got is the Honey Dip. It's one of our biggest sellers, and it's one of my favorites. And of course, the one from Guadalupe, the chocolate pecan stout. That one is absolutely
chocolate pecan
amazing.
stout.
Yeah.
We're trying a chocolate pecan stout today, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah,
So,
we've been honestly really trying to have as many Texas breweries on our list, and that's kind of the one thing that I guess we're really excited about is that I believe 75% of the beers on that list,
I think
maybe
we're up to 80 now.
close to 80% are from
Stone
Texas.
and the German.
Yeah, there's only 2
Epic.
beers on our list that are not from Texas. Everything else is from Texas. So that was really cool. And we've been reaching out to breweries reaching out to us to bring stuff. And feature things that are a little bit more unique to the area, stuff you really can't get in the stores. So that's kind of what we were shooting for.
So you're looking, you're priding yourself on exclusivity, man.
Trying to, yeah,
absolutely, man.
For us, the whole methodology behind it was like, if you can go to the store and grab the beer, you know, what's the draw to come and, you know, sit down and have a drink with us? So we want to be able to feature stuff that you just can't get at the store or Specs or anywhere else. You know, we want to be able to give stuff to the community that is not readily available. So when you're out of town and you're, you know, looking for a nice beer to try, maybe you try to here or somewhere else in town that's, you know, serving craft beer that, you know, kind of open up your horizons, your palates.
Yeah, that's what it's all about, exploring and experimenting with new craft beer. So let's jump into this one, man. Let's Oasis Brewing, Japanese style rich beer, light, crisp, and refreshing. What's the ABV content on this one?
It's 4.5, I believe. Yeah, so 4.8.
4.8. Oh, okay. So yeah,
so ABV's on the left, prices on the right, and the ABV honestly kind of is interesting with this one because usually you're getting your higher alcohol content from your sugars, and because they use the rice, I think that's why it kind of leans toward like the lower side of the ABV scale, which is alcohol by volume. The bitterness isn't really there either. It's really traditional in that Japanese style, so it's really cool.
I'm excited. I'm excited to try it. What do you think this pairs well with in terms of food?
Honestly, it's on the lighter scale. So if you have a really nice salad with maybe some grilled shrimp or chicken, stuff that's a little bit on the spicier side, it's going to clean that palate and really pair really well with this style of beer.
Okay, cool.
Mainly on the fish side, I think.
Well,
Deadliest Catch would be
Deadliest Catch
really
would be a
good.
really good
pairing. I was thinking that we were talking about.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay. Whose is the smaller one? Because that's gonna be me. Because I've got to try. I gotta try all of them today.
All 10 beers today. So
we're doing 10 different crafts today, ladies and gentlemen.
So this is our sample size. So whenever you come in and let's say you wanted to try more than just one beer, you can get a flight. You can do 3 beers or 5 beers at a time, and you get to sample a lot more of the menu. So you know you're really not sure what you like. Take a try.
Oh wait, that's mine. Mine's a small one.
Okay.
Yeah, you can have the.
So you're gonna give me the big one then?
Yeah.
Oh no.
You're just leaving yourself wide open for jokes today, sir.
All right, cheers.
All right, cheers. All right, so what do we get when we smell this? Ooh.
Yeah, so I'm getting like initial yeast right off the bat, which is great.
A little citrus, right?
A little bit of citrus, but it's nice and crisp. You can smell it right away.
Right. Smells good.
Wow.
See what I like mostly about this one because it's a really lighter beer. It's you do get that it's not even there.
Absolutely.
And I think it's a very, very nice balance.
I think it's a proper introduction to craft with this beer. You know, most people are a little bit afraid of hops and a little bit afraid of those IBU counts, and the stouts are kind of a little intimidating sometimes. But this is a really nice introduction from our nice independent craft brewery out of Texas.
Super light body.
Extremely light body. That's why it goes really well with those salads. A little bit of the spicier items, I think it'll pair awesome.
So any type of spicy food,
I think
this is going to go well
lighter
with it.
fish items, our Deadliest Catch. You know, Asian persuasion salad would do really well with this one too.
Very good. Very good. So anybody that is interested in really just exploring craft beer, you're brand new to the scene, this is a good beer to start with. A brand new menu available to really try out and come check out for yourself. A Japanese style rice beer, light, crisp, not too heavy, ladies and gentlemen, not very hard to drink, and pairs well with something
It's
spicy.
perfect for this one, you know. You
Yeah,
don't want that
I agree.
heaviness. Like even if you're outside enjoying this beer, you're not gonna, you know, I guess
agree.
feel that rush of alcohol coming in, and that's kind of what heats you up when you're drinking beer or drinking anything for that matter. And I think this beer kind of just almost refreshes you, which is great. So it'll be served in a nice chilled glass.
This is perfect summer beer. You weren't lying, man. So, I think we need to jump into some more beer, man.
I agree.
Because,
No, most definitely.
we got to jump. What are we doing next on what's next on the
Let's go
list?
straight up because I think I've been wanting to get into the Hefe.
You wanna go to the Hefe?
It's amazing.
So a lot of guests have been requesting like genuine German style beer,
Okay.
and did a lot of research and found the oldest brewery in the world. And I'm going to attempt to pronounce the name.
I'm gonna guess
It's Weißstefanen.
Weißstefanen.
Yes, exactly.
And this is a Hefeweiss.
It's a Hefner.
It's a Hefeweiss beer. The oldest brewery in the world. Golden yellow wheat beer with scents of clove and banana, which is traditional.
Ready banana, which is extremely very traditional with the Hefeweizen.
Right. And only clocks in at 5.4. So
Moving a little up the scale.
we're just
Yeah,
moving
too
up the scale. Again, when you're starting off with craft, something that you want to take your time with. Do not rush into craft. Take your time with it. Savor the flavor. Let it hit your palate. Find out what those grains, what type of grain was used, what type of smell and hop that you're getting out of this beer. And somebody's bringing us beer back over here.
Say hi, Mary.
Hey, what's up, Mary? Mary's bringing us beer. Let me get a shot of that tap real quick. And just so you guys can see what's the tap action that's happening back there. So Mary's been bringing us a little bit of the beer, so we wanted to give her a shout out because she's working hard bringing us this beer. Hey, we got to set. This is number 10 out of 10.
Yeah.
Or number 1 out of 10.
1 out of 10, yeah. So
Sorry.
that beer hit him already.
Yeah. Oh,
I
man.
fear it for when we get
Yeah.
to the
Yeah,
stuff.
I'm a little worried, man. I'm a little worried before we get. So this is beer number 2.
So what I always tell people, especially brand new to craft beer, is start with something light, especially if you're doing a flight, and then go up the scale. You don't want a palate buster. And what I mean by that is if you do something that's really strong, that kind of dominates the mouth when you try it, the ability to try other flavors and profiles and get the most out of that beer is going to be almost impossible because all you're going to get is that high BU count or that really high sugar count from the stout. So start light, go all the way up.
And did you already start drinking?
I did. This is one of my favorites.
This is his favorite.
He's already drinking. We didn't even do the salute, man. You gotta say Prost,
Yeah, we should
shots.
have done like Kampai for the German.
Yeah, yeah, but for sure we gotta do
So German beer, Prost.
Prost, which means cheers, ladies and gentlemen.
So this
Prost.
one, what's really great about this one, Prost, is you right off the bat when you saw that pour, it has a really nice head to the foam. Really is where you're getting all that aromatic beer, banana, clove,
Yeah, that
all
clove,
that breadiness.
the clove comes into most of the aroma, and then you get the banana on the taste.
So when you get a beer and it's poured, you want to see the foam. The foam is actually where you're getting the introduction to the beer when you're bringing it to your mouth. So if your beer doesn't have what's called the head, send it back. You need to have that for that full experience. So let's go ahead and try that one.
Mm-hmm. Oh, that banana hits you in the face.
Mm-hmm. Right away. I get a lot of bread for me, a ton of bread. That's coming from the high yeast content. But it's honestly really approachable for such a, I guess you could say, advanced beer.
Very easy to drink. Not again, a great beer to drink in the summer.
Yeah, it's definitely a spring-summer beer for sure.
With the weather that we have out here in Laredo, a light body beer, something very easy to drink is definitely something that you want to kind of, most people will stick with. I mean, to all my year-round stouters, shouts out to you. If you want to drink stouts year-round, that's great. But on a hot day like that we've had today in Laredo, something like this is definitely, it complements a long, hard day of work.
Yeah, this is one of those relaxing beers. You come home, had a long day, you can just chill, and you're not going to, one, feel full. Two, you're not going to feel that huge ABV, so you can have one or two and still not feel like you're not going to,
See, like with
alcohol.
The beer, which I kind of want to pair that with food. The heavy, I can just drink.
Yeah, exactly.
Drink, and then give me another pint.
Yeah,
give me
you don't
another
even
pint.
get
I want that.
Just great, man. It's not hard to drink this beer at all. And again, just a great way to kind of move up from the scale, from that
Absolutely.
light body that we were drinking right now.
Yeah.
So this is great. Now say that name one more time.
Weisstefanen.
Why
I've been practicing
Stefan?
a lot, so Weisstefanen.
You know where we're coming. And
Yeah, exactly.
I gotta get the name
Using
right.
that phonics.
Yeah. Oh man, excellent.
That aroma, right?
Yeah,
you
it's
just keep wanting
You
to
can literally
get the
just
smell.
plug into the nose.
I do. I want to keep drinking that beer. I love Hefeweizens. Love wheat beers. That's actually one of the first type of craft beer that I started drinking, and maybe that's why
Blue
I'm
Moon?
kind of biased. Well, no, Blue Moon wasn't around back then, but it was actually Paul Lenner's
Oh, nice.
Hefeweizen,
Very
which is
nice.
actually, it's one of my favorites. So I compare a lot of these, and this ranks up there
Most definitely.
with some of the best in the game. So Weisstefaner.
Weisstefanen. Yep.
West
exactly.
Weisstefaner.
You're actually really good for like right off the bat. It's like we butchered the hell.
Yeah, there's a process
How do
for
we
us.
say this? All right, cool, man.
It's
So
supposed to be like a V, like
Instant.
you gotta add the yich
Yeah.
to it. You gotta add that in there. So what are we moving on to next, man?
I think to kind of keep in line with what we're doing, I think the Austin Amber.
Yeah, because I was in the amber. Because once you get the honey, it's
Yeah,
still like
you
beer,
start
but that
to-
thing can slap you.
Yeah, most definitely.
Austin Amber.
Independence Brewery out of Austin.
Yes.
We've been able to get a hold of them as of recently. They were just available to our market about a month and a half ago. So as soon as we was available, we brought it in.
So 3 different types of hop is what it looks like.
Right.
They describe it as a dank, resinous, enlightened hop trip from its 3 hops. Okay. So
Is that the
dank.
stash or was that the
That's
Amber?
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm looking at the.
I think he was using a stash.
Are
yeah,
we
'cause
are we
the
looking
Amber-
at the amber?
Yeah, the Austin Amber.
Okay, so yeah, amber. Yeah, that is it.
I think it might have gotten a little twisted though.
It looks like it, right?
Yeah, there you go.
Okay, unless it's the
It smells
stash
I
IPA.
mean, I can't, there's a little
So-
there, but
Yeah,
that's different.
Okay, so we're gonna try. We'll end up trying the stash IPA, correct?
Absolutely.
And then we'll end up going to the what we're gonna jump into is the Austin Amber, which is tangerine, candied orange, clementine.
more
That's a little more
And
accurate.
subtle
That's the beer
orange.
that I've tried.
There you go.
that
So
got-
this actually looks like this again citrus, something that again complements our hot weather.
Absolutely.
Tangerine flavors. Is that basically
Yeah, I
what
think your
people
flavor
will get
profile
once
right
they?
on there. I think that because we're going into the ambers now, you start to get that caramel note. You start to get a little bit more of that sweetness, and you can kind of see that with the coloring of the beer. That means they're using a different malt, and that malt is what's giving you that color, first of all, and second, that caramel
flavor.
sweetness, exactly. toasted
Caramel, sweet, yeah.
toffee.
Right.
So that's
right.
what you're starting to get with those ambers and stuff. So.
Oh, okay, so-
yeah, Mary's on top of this.
Mary,
Oh,
girl, Mary, you just like not even giving me a chance to watch you pour the beer, So yeah, right off the bat, just like you said, brother, it is the that color, that amber color hits you right off the bat. Here you go, my brother.
Thank you very much.
There you go. And this one will be mine. So, I mean, in terms of like aromas, what hits you like when you kind of
that candied orange.
Yeah, you get the
You get
orange
the
for
sugar-
sure. Almost
that
like
sugar
orange
orange.
peel. It's almost like when you zest an orange, you're getting that oil right away. If you ever have like an old fashioned, that's almost what I'm getting.
Well, have you ever had like the candied orange?
Oh, yeah, heck
That's
yeah.
exactly what I'm getting. It's like a French.
Get a little caramel, honestly, and then
I think that's probably that's.
it's just toasty. It almost smells like you're like almost by like a little campfire kind of.
yeah, you're not lying. This is I mean, yeah, like
I know
like
you
a
said what
toasted
campfire is. Yeah, right.
Especially when you taste it, because I think the Hefe also changed our palate. So
big time.
you're getting a little bit more of that toastiness. At least for me, I'm not getting as much sweet, more toasty when you drink that. And that's why it's important to kind of pace your beers correctly, because you're going to get a different experience when you before and after you tried something. So
Especially when if you jump into something like really heavy, like an IPA, that kind of hop can almost eliminate your palate from the lower end, the more subtle notes.
That's why food pairing and beer pairing is also really cool. We've done a couple of those beer dinners, and the reason we do them is you want to see how beer or alcohol enhances an eating experience and vice versa. How does the food enhance the beer? So
absolutely,
it's kind of the cool thing about it.
I think one of the things that sticks out about the amber, again, not in your face, just very light and
still
very
an easy drink.
Still an easy beer to drink.
It's still introductory, but I think it's starting to get into that. You're graduating freshman year. You know what I mean?
And so for me, like my introduction to craft beer was Pumpkinator from St. Arnold's.
Well,
so I just jumped into the deep end. So this is all like, okay. I started moving backwards. Like, oh, these are really good. I mean, I can drink this easy. It's not bad.
And that's one thing that if you're starting with craft beer, and you don't want to dive deep because you may get turned off. So again, just like your friend said, you want to start light, go light to dark. Most of us though, we started with darks. Apparently, so did
about
you.
as dark as you can get. Don't get me wrong, I love it. I wait for it to ship it out.
October is like, we're just like begging for October.
Right. So again, most times also as we start to get darker, which is what we're seeing here, it's also going to go higher in ABV content. So the darker the beer, typically it's going to get higher in alcohol content. It's something that you're going to want to sip slow, because obviously you want to enjoy the beer. You're not drinking beer just to drink beer.
Correct. Not these beers. Yeah.
No, these are beers that you want to take your time with. You don't want to waste the experience, and I think that's at the end of the day, that's what it comes down to is an experience with the beer. Take your time with the beer, enjoy the flavors. These are crafted. Most of these beers are crafted by hand. This is not some large scale mass production that's going into these beers. This is maybe two guys out of the garage.
A lot of love.
A lot of love goes into
it's a
these
passion.
beers.
Like honestly,
it's a passion.
Especially talking to the people from Guadalupe. Like literally, the owner's wife is the one driving the kegs down. It's that small operation. They started in their backyard, got a hobby going, and it worked out, and they kind of just branched off from there.
It's family, brother.
It's exactly what it is. It's family.
And I think that's what is important for people to kind of recognize is that this isn't a large scale production. Just like you said, the wife of the owner is driving the kegs down. There's not a delivery boy. There's not a delivery truck. There is the wife of the owner of the brewery driving the keg to you, the owner of the of Scratch. So it's again, it's just a testament to the hand that goes into making these beers. Take your time with it, enjoy the flavors, sip slow, and of course share it and have a good conversation. So, what are we doing next?
I think we should do the Malterio Grill.
Yeah, I'm waiting for the honey ale, but that thing is real high up there.
Yeah.
That one knocks shit. That one.
So these are from our friends from Weathered Souls. Weathered Souls is only about a year and a half old. They're based out of San Antonio, right off the 281 in San Pedro.
What up, What up, 210?
They've got amazing stuff. We've had some really cool beers from them. 480 was Rule 480 was an unfiltered beer that was absolutely delicious.
Still not too high in ABV content.
The Malterio Grill is going to be a blonde ale. You're going to start to get that hop in there, but it's nothing like aggressive, like an IPA or a pale. You're just going to get that flavor profile, which is really, really cool.
Dry hop, blonde ale, malt forward, with a tropical aroma. So, really just not just like you said, not in your face.
No, not at all.
Again, an easy drinker for summertime, hot weather here in the city.
And you'll notice right off the bat, once you try this one compared to this one, this amber that we just did from Independence, you're starting to graduate already. I think, you're the beginning stages of craft beer over, and you're kind of getting into the more advanced stuff. Flavor profiles start to change, IBUs go up, the ABVs go up.
Color, aroma, everything's starting to change now. Now you're starting to move up in the game when it comes to when it comes to craft beer. So there's yours, Senor. And what's the story with the brewery? So they're out of San Antonio.
Brewery's out of San Antonio, and we're looking to expand. They reached out to us. Yeah, right? Absolutely.
Right.
Just the aromatics are phenomenal.
Yeah.
Reached out to us. I got to actually go up and tour the brewery, sit at their bar. It's a really great place. You can go and do tours, try all their stuff on tap. They do a lot of like limited release stuff that's only available in house.
What was the one that? What was the name of it?
That's how I was trying to remember.
It's not Stradivarius.
No.
It was something like that.
It was Machiavelli.
Machiavelli. Oh my
Yes,
gosh. No,
Machiavelli.
that one is the best beer I do believe we have had on tap. And we were lucky enough to get it before it was gone forever.
Yeah, it's a Machiavelli.
Oh my
Stuff.
goodness.
Yeah, so they just do really, really cool stuff. So you see what I'm saying? Like, you already start to get that hop, introduction. That flavor profile changes quite a bit. And it's still on the blonde side, it's still light, but you're getting more flavor there.
A lot more flavor.
For a blonde, it has a very large amount of hop.
Absolutely.
It's still good. I mean, it's fantastic.
This is probably it's not unlike any other blonde I've tried.
I agree.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Unlike any other blonde I've
And
tried.
I'm getting like a really high citric note, but it kind of is really interesting because you get the hop in the back of your throat, but then you just get like rolling on citrus and citrus
Right.
and citrus.
It's that citrus. You know how citrus leaves you with a little bit of a dry mouth. You get the hop combined with it.
Correct.
And I think that's what you get out of this beer.
I think it would pair really, really well with our new burger of the month. We did a lamb burger this month, and it's the other one.
It's fantastic.
Oh my god!
And so yeah, we did a New Zealand lamb that we ground. Have a nice Mediterranean spice to it, and then topped it off with a whipped goat cheese, some pesto aioli, and some spinach, and it's served with our house-made fries. Honestly, it's a sesame seed bun that our baker bakes every day. It's amazing, honestly. Yeah, so you're getting like all those Mediterranean flavors, that like really fresh basil.
I'm just like, what are you doing to me, man?
Well, we're gonna have to see if that pairing makes sense, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
We're gonna have Cass try this burger. Yeah, we're gonna have to eat this one.
Oh man.
Let me get a knife real quick. Can you give us a knife?
Yeah, we gotta
We're gonna
get a knife to, if we can. Let's lift this up so everybody can
Oh
kinda
yeah,
see.
absolutely. Here you go. This is our monster of the month. Like I said, it's a fresh ground New Zealand lamb that we ground in house. Whipped goat cheese, pesto aioli, spinach, and our toasted sesame one. So
Sunflower seeds.
sunflower seeds.
Sunflower
Sunflower
seeds.
seeds. Yeah, absolutely. Throw this over here.
Yeah,
so
the flavor that the toasted sunflower seeds get, I mean, it's really, really complements the burger.
Yeah, and you're putting it in front of me like I'm gonna.
Oh
eat
yeah,
this
we're gonna have Cash.
Yeah.
You're gonna
I'm
have at
gonna
least
try
3/4
it.
of it, man.
Yeah, you know what I love about Scratch? This right here. Their fries are unlike any type of fry you have tried anywhere else. They have a very different flavor and seasoning to them. It's brother, in all honesty, and it's just a fact. I don't need ketchup with these fries.
Yeah, oh no, I agree, 100%. Yeah.
I don't need to add anything to this fry. Typically you go different places, but I do not need a ketchup or any kind of dressing with these.
Yeah,
with
it's that
these fries.
seasoning. It's really unique. It's got like sweet and salty and spicy. So
Yeah.
it's kind of.
It's almost as like you're eating a potato chip, man. Like a barbecue potato chip that just like really just melts in your mouth once you take a bite out of it. It's the fries go well, I think, with anything, but I've always been a fan of the fries.
Appreciate that.
And then of course, classics in terms of
Pig's
dishes.
fly.
But the combinations that you have with the fries, you've got.
Oh, we got our crazy fries, which are great.
We got the crazy fries.
2 different types of cheese and chicken and bacon and jalapenos, and that one's awesome. The Tecate fries. So we actually
fries?
and so it's not Tecate anymore. It's actually beer fries. So honestly, whatever we decide to put on that's on tap, we'll pour that, and that's going into our beer. So you're getting craft beer in the chili every time. So today's chili's made with our Malteria beer, actually. So it's this one.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Man, I like. They're cutting the burger back there.
Yeah.
Let's get a back. Look, he's cutting the burger back there. There it is. Look at this man. He is working. He's working diligently.
Should have brought more toothpicks.
Yeah. It's all a surprise, folks. It's all a surprise.
This burger does get
It gets a little messy.
get messy, but oh my god, it's worth it.
Oh, wait, I'm getting a shot of myself. There you go. Oh.
All right, Cash. So we're gonna have to have you dig in. I want your honest.
Okay, so what I want to do is
Influence his reaction as soon as I bite into it.
We
I'm just
already
like,
know that, Jason.
so what type of bread is it again?
So we did a toasted sunflower seed bun.
Toasted sunflower seed bun. Okay.
And it's honestly, it's a really just high butter bread.
It's a very rich dough.
Yeah, very rich. So you get a little bit more sweetness because of the amount of butter in the bread.
Right.
And it toasts really well on the inside, so it just holds everything together properly.
The fat actually makes the dough much more soft, a little more moist.
Oh my God! Look at that, dude.
Yeah.
Now,
So I actually tried a burger.
Mary's in the back. It's delish.
You got it yesterday, didn't you?
I'm gonna get it today now.
Oh my gosh, it smells fantastic, ladies and gentlemen. It's just like all types of flavors just hitting
like
your.
Kenny G in the background. There we go. That work? Makes sense.
Hey,
It's gorgeous.
bro,
Yeah.
the thing with this burger, and let me, like, all these different flavors just coming at you.
It's so crazy when your whole palate is like attacked. You taste it on every single area of the tongue. That's the cool
Like-
thing about that kind of style.
The like from the bread, to what is this that you laced it with?
So it's pesto aioli and a whipped goat cheese.
Okay, so the pesto hits you, then and that goat cheese.
So you get a little tartness, right?
Right, you get that
Creaminess
tart,
to
and
kind of,
then
like, counterbalance a little bit.
and then what's this? This is spinach.
Correct.
The spinach hits you.
It kind of cleans the palate.
It cleans it a little bit, and then boom, in your face with that meat,
Yeah.
the lamb meat.
Most definitely. And some people are a little intimidated by lamb, but honestly, it's really clean, not gamey at all. It's just a
Not
really
at all.
premium product, and that's why we tried it. So after you do that, finish it off with the beer. I want to know how it pairs.
Oh, it's incredible, brother.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
No, I don't need no napkins, though.
No napkin zone.
No. Oh, thank you, Mary. Yeah, no.
So I feel bad letting him eat alone.
I think you have to jump in.
I think I'm gonna have to.
You better jump in there, dude. I'm gonna eat all of that. And I gotta save some room for this stuff.
Yeah, no, that burger just makes sense.
You're right.
Right?
Beer. Perfect, dude.
And see, the reason we actually went with the lamb burger, I was in Boston for school. My buddy, he was Greek, and lamb is huge in that culture. And Easter, it's all lamb all day long. That's all you do. So because we just had Easter last week, I really wanted to kind of throw this one down. And it's honestly my favorite pairing. That pesto aioli with the Greek, with the whipped goat cheese and the lamb just kind of made sense.
And then the goat cheese, it kind of almost like counterbalances the hop. And
It's almost like when I took a bite of that burger, it knocked us off.
Yeah,
Said
burger
it's-
broke the internet, man.
The burger broke the internet, ladies and gentlemen. All I can tell you is that I just need to try. I really need to try this burger again, dude, because
another bite, going back in.
I gotta go back in one more.
Are you sure it's safe?
Oh man,
It's gonna blow it up.
Yes.
look at this.
Server's gonna implode.
There you go. Look at that, ladies and gentlemen.
I get the aroma from here. I want one now. Yeah, go for it.
This.
And again, try
look,
to
I've tried a
wash
lot
it
of
down
beer.
a little bit so you can
That
see
honey.
what it's like. But yeah, I think that honey just
Look at this. Look at it. It's just dripping.
Happy.
you know, he's got the stance too. He's got that
Like I got the wide.
Guy
You can't
Fieri
see
burger
me. Yeah.
stance, like elbows out,
Look,
the whole
even-
9 yards.
I gotta go in sideways. You know?
Yeah.
Mary approves.
Mary approves.
Oh my God, bro. Oh my Lord.
So, Harry, wash it down, see what it makes sense. Because you already had one bite. Now, see if the beer changes. What changes more, the sandwich or the beer? Still rolling over your tongue?
Sweet,
I wasn't doing
Sweet
it.
and
I
a
got
little fire.
tonight.
so just it, and then now I think that honey is gonna pair well with a
absolutely.
little bit of that heat.
Yeah, it's kind of one of those sandwiches that kind of builds on you as far as the heat goes. So the more you kind of eat it,
And see, the honey and the sweet is going to kind of
Oh, dude, it counteracts. So now you get a different. It's not a different flavor of the beer. It's just it pairs
it highlights some of the more
it highlights
flavors
a lot of the like if the heat was too in your face.
Yeah.
Now it pairs well with that heat, like where the heat is like, oh, it's it's something that I can
Draws
bear.
it back a little
Draws
bit,
it back a
keeps it
little
back.
bit.
That's awesome.
Gives you the honey. The honey combines well with the sweet in the burger.
you know, that was a huge idea. Honestly, it was a great idea. So tomorrow, all day tomorrow, if you get that burger, the pint is $4, okay? So we're gonna do the pint of that Guadalupe 7.9 ale.
Don't throw that, man.
I'm going to be tomorrow.
Because that was an
Don't
awesome
throw that.
idea. That was a great idea.
Don't. Just because it's off camera doesn't mean you need to. No, save it for later. Once I'm done with this live stream stuff,
You got a lot of food to take home.
Put it in
Yeah.
a box for you, sir.
we're taking some food. Honey, I'm bringing food. I got dinner. Right? So let's brother, man, I'm just
We're trying, man. We're trying.
Shifting into some IPAs then?
Yeah, I think it's time. I think it's time to transition.
and this is probably the part of the program that I've been looking forward to. As you all know, I'm a big fan of IPAs. What are we going into?
IPAs have been massively popular lately, as of obviously this year, but continuously. So we've got a thing about 3 on tap right now. We've got the Stash IPA from Guadalupe, which is going to be from Independence. We've got the Guadalupe IPA from Guadalupe Brewing. We also have a beer from Stone, which is awesome, great brewery that we love, that we always kind of try to represent. They're Inevitable Adventure, which is a great beer. So we've got quite a few IPAs on board. So all your IPA heads, your hop heads, we've got stuff for you guys.
Excited, man. So what stands out the most from the beer in terms of
As far as the differential from a blonde and what we just tried to
well,
IPA,
yeah. Let's just say there's somebody out there that hasn't tried an IPA.
how do you explain it? It's like, as far as aromatics, it's like going and getting just pure flower. It's like going into a garden and you're just gonna get hit with a ton of floral notes in your nose going into the beer.
Like they're almost like difference between whiskey and gin.
Yeah.
very
whiskey,
floral,
you're getting more,
very-
grain, gin, you're just getting all that beautiful
Wow.
botanical, juniper and stuff
So
like that.
yeah, it's a very botanical style of beer.
It's a
really
return,
is.
it's a perfect way to describe it. The IBUs on this one, I believe, are on the lower side, which is so a more approachable IPA on the scale. I believe they sit at about 50, I want to say.
Not sure.
This is from Austin, another Independence brewery. So right off the bat, you're going to get that, I think it's mosaic hop, I want to say, and you can tell right away. And this is the one that's triple hop. It's got the 3 hops that come together, and that's what made that Stash IPA. I think let's just go ahead and keep Austin weird, right?
Yeah, man.
Yeah. What up, Austin, Texas?
There you go. Cheers.
Salute.
Salute.
All right. Oh yeah. Right off the bat, I mean, just from the aroma, you know what you're jumping into.
So unlike more of the blondes and stuff that we were trying, this one kind of coats the mouth a little.
Yeah.
You get more of that mouthfeel right off the bat.
Wow.
Yeah. So instead of
The
just kind of
hopping-
washing right through, it goes all the way around.
You're right, dude.
It
I
hits
mean,
the tongue, hits the palate in different areas.
yeah.
It doesn't punch you with the hop.
It doesn't. You're right, dude.
You know
It
it's
does
there,
not-
but it's not,
What's it?
I'm sorry. Go ahead.
I think for me again, like I started out on the basically opposite side of the spectrum with the stouts. Is that getting into IPAs was kind of difficult for me. And so honestly, coming with my experience here at Scratch, being able to discover some of these, not so much lighter IPAs, but I guess you would say more balanced. And it really opened up, my repertoire of the kind of beers that I enjoy. So one of my favorite beers is a Smash IPA. I mean, Yellow Rose is absolutely fantastic.
Yeah.
I'll take it over a lot of them.
Yeah, shout out to Yellow Rose. If you hadn't tried Yellow Rose, Lone Pine, unbelievable stuff.
Yes, sir.
Actually, funny enough is that Keenan always kind of stood away from the IPAs. He was not a fan at all. It wasn't until he started working here that he got to try more and like, okay, there's a little bit more behind the IPAs.
Than just hop.
Yeah, correct. Like the Good Night. The Good Night's an amazing beer. I believe that was from Oscar Blues.
Yes.
And we featured that one like several times. And it's an IPA, but it's really, really great stuff.
Oscar Blues always cranks out, steps up to the plate in terms of IPA game. Their IPA game is just it's incredible. But I think you touched on something that's important, and it's when you go and try these beers, ladies and gentlemen. It's when you go to ask questions. What's in this beer? How does it taste? How's it gonna? And it's important to have somebody like Keenan behind the bar that knows their beer, because they're going to be able to describe that product to you before you dive right into it. Hey, you know what? You go up to the bar without any kind of embarrassment, because sometimes people are like, hey, I don't want to ask a question. No, come to these guys. They want to answer those questions for you. Hey, I'm new to craft beer. What do you recommend? They're going to look to Keenan for his recommendation, or whoever's behind the bar for their recommendation, and you kind of feel confident that you get that when you come over here to Scratch. So
we love to share our whatever knowledge we may have or not have. If we know anything about it, we can't wait to tell anybody about it. And honestly, that's kind of the one thing we've tried to stress to our servers, because a lot of the servers coming in, they're on the younger side. They haven't even been introduced to any of this craft beer, that's kind of coming out. So being able to educate them, have them try stuff that they would have never tried before, has really opened their eyes, and it makes them feel a little bit more comfortable to kind of offer and recommend things to them, because they're like, okay, I tried this is amazing, now let me share it with everybody else. And they have a little bit of background and information that they can share with the guests, so that's been really cool. It's an education for everybody, because we're constantly learning about different beers and new tastes and new profiles every day. So we'll do some research, and if we have information to share, we want to share it.
And that's the crazy part about craft, is that the flavor constantly is changing. There is an infinite amount of grain and malt and yeast that can be used, and different types of fermentation, and so you start to combine these things in a different way. You've got an infinite amount of different flavor and beer and style. So yeah, man, what I love about this is again just the fact that going from a lighter body beer to an IPA, when we're kind of switching styles. Yep. It's not in your face hop. No. The hop hits you at the end. I like that.
If you're not used to IPAs, you're kind of just.
This is an introductory IPA.
Introductory IPA. I haven't been disappointed with Independent so far. They've been doing some great stuff. We had a lot of IPAs that just cleared off the board, which is kind of crazy. Totally. Cigar City out of Tampa, we had their Jai Alai and their Guayabera, which were both phenomenal IPAs.
Yeah.
And those, flew off the shelves. We have one in storage that just got delivered today. We're super excited about. It's from St. Arnold's, Texas' oldest craft beer brewery.
St. Arnold's, shouts out to St. Arnold's.
And it's their Icon Green Cryo IPA.
Oh.
So super fresh. It was kegged in March,
nice
weeks ago.
So I'm excited.
It's super fresh. It's gonna be delicious. So as soon as something kicks, it's on the board.
And one of the things, I'm kind of glad that you're mentioning St. Arnold's, Texas' oldest craft beer brewery. In terms of independence was, just like their name says, they were independent for a very long time. They only served in Austin.
Correct.
They gained a following, and now we're able to try these beers right here at Scratch. So again, if you've gone out of town, you've tried a beer somewhere else, and maybe outside of the area, and you want to bring it here and you can't find it here, reach out to that brewery, reach out to FM, reach out to the staff, and let them know that this is a beer that you want to, continually frequent Scratch for, and believe it or not, there's going to be a way, a will and a way to get that beer over here.
Actually, it's a funny story. The way Guadalupe actually ended up in Laredo is there's a pretty awesome beer group in Laredo that I know you're familiar with, and the wife who manages Guadalupe's page put out a message: hey, we want to expand, we want to kind of get our name out there and get our beers out there. Do you know anybody? So one of the beer members actually tagged us and said, hey, like, these guys have beer, they really do a good job. See if they can reach out and see if they can get your stuff in. And sure enough, she was able to contact enough people to get their beer down there, and that's kind of how it happened. It was a Facebook post that we got tagged in. So yeah, if you ever want to see something that we don't carry and it's not available in Laredo, tag us and let's see if we can get it down. That'd be awesome.
Absolutely. Come out and try it for yourself. Again, 1713 East Del Mar. If you guys haven't been to Scratch, y'all know where it's at, man. It's right here off Del Mar. Come on by and try it for yourself. What are we jumping into now? Oh, by the way, what?
I think it was number 5. Is that number 5?
They were at
What?
6. Yeah.
Oh yeah, thanks, Keenan. Yeah, I appreciate that. I was like, he said number 5, and I'm like, dude.
I mean, we can try another one again.
No, I'm happy with.
We'll go back to Honey.
Yeah, we'll just revisit.
I'm happy with moving on.
So
no, but yeah.
Next IPA, definitely Guadalupe. I think it's done.
Okay. So Guadalupe IPA, a nice balance of hop and malt, leans more to the sweeter side. Oh, okay.
So you're gonna get more sugar. I think the ABV is a little higher, right? In this one, so 7.9.
Yeah. So the ABV on this one here, 7.0.
What was the stash?
The same.
7.0.
Yeah, they're also a 7.0. So not too hardcore of an IPA. Most IPAs, depending, a typical IPA is going to run you in the 7 to 8 range. If you get into a double IPA, then you're going to start, as you can see right above here, the Stone is a little bit higher in alcohol
Now, I was
content.
wanting to know, what's the difference between a double and an imperial?
I have absolutely
No idea yet?
no
I've
idea.
never done
An
the research,
Imperial
but I would see-
IPA?
Yeah, either Imperial IPA or Imperial Stout. Like,
Well-
what is that difference?
Well, see, that's the thing. Again, I think it's just the amount of hop and the fermentation time that differentiates how strong or how the fermentation. I think is what's going to determine your ABV content. What type of cycle you're
how
putting
much
that
yeast
beer.
is activated in that sugar.
Absolutely, and how strong that beer is going to be.
You see, there's stuff that we don't know, so we ask questions too, just like you guys. So
Some research that I got to do, and then Imperial IPA.
for Russian Imperial, for the stout side,
Russian
Still-
Imperial Stout probably going to be the highest ABV content.
My favorite type of beer.
It's most people's favorite type of beer. In terms of the craft beer world, if you're very experienced with craft beer, an Imperial Stout, Russian Imperial Stout is really going to get you to where you want to be in terms of flavor and ABV content.
It's hard to beat.
Yeah, it's
But definitely a slow sipper, something you
it's
want
a
to take your
dessert
time
beer.
with.
It's
Yeah.
Sip and ponder.
aperitif.
Sip and ponder. I love that. Sip and ponder. But I'm excited to try this IPA.
Yeah, the Guadalupe Honest is awesome. I think out of the IPAs that we have on tap, this might be my favorite one.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I want to say this is probably my favorite one out of the 3.
I really like the Never Know Venture personally. It's a nice middle of the road. It's not an entry level, but it's a nice representation of a solid IPA.
And again, Guadalupe, the wife.
Correct. Yeah, bringing the beer
The
down.
wife bringing in the beer, trucking it in herself. The wife of the owner, ladies and gentlemen, trucking in the beer to showcase it here at Scratch. It says a lot about the company. Again, the hand that is going into crafting these beers. It is not mass produced. It's not a big brewery, and a lot of times that's what you're gonna get. You're gonna get a lot of love.
See, it's murky. Look at the amount of head on
Oh man, and you can tell by the amount of head that this is a fresh cake.
So this is actually their flagship that they're trying to really push right now. It is their spring into summer beer. It is absolutely fresh. I believe they were kegged in March, so a week or two ago. You get that murky cloudiness, which is absolutely gorgeous. And this beer's already been sitting for about a minute or two, and you can still have that beautiful foam on there. So
Right.
it's honestly impressive as far as the aromatics go. You're getting hop right away, and very different hop compared to what we got with the stash. That hop kind of seemed to decimate pretty quickly, where this one kind of hangs on for a little while. Yeah. Let's do this one, gentlemen.
Cheers.
Cheers.
So for me, that alcohol content just gets a little bit higher. You can tell it almost like tickles the throat on the way down. But it's actually the same ABV as the last one we just tried.
Yes.
You can taste the sweetness. You can taste the sugars in it.
Look, IPAs. I've tried a lot of IPAs, ladies and gentlemen. Okay, I'm by no means am I an expert on the IPA, but
Pretty close.
I try to pride myself on different IPAs. Look, let me tell you what happens here. Brother, I get like a creamy,
Absolutely. That was the perfect word. It's creamy. It's silky.
silky. The hop is not in your face. I mean, I'm even surprised this is even an IPA, but because of how the hop does it, the creaminess of this, the sweetness of this beer counteracts the hop in a way where it's just so freaking drinkable, man.
Absolutely. I think the hop and the bitterness is almost in the back end. It's almost right in the middle of the tongue. If you drink it slowly, you can almost taste it, and it'll kind of sit there a little bit longer. Where an overly bitter, high IBU beer kind of just coats the entire palate, and that's all you taste, and that's all that you're there. This one is kind of individualized in that bitter section of the tongue, and you're not kind of get overwhelmed by it.
Just,
They get more sweetness than anything else. Honestly.
I mean, that creaminess though, man. I'm just in really just.